In the equity markets today, let's talk about the NASDAQ, which was the only of the four major indices here in the US to be up on the day. Now, technically, when a market is up, it rallied. But this particular rally is an unhealthy rally for the NASDAQ. When you look at the NASDAQ being up about 15 basis points, so not even 1/20th of 1%, which is fine. A lot of the times we call that sort of unchanged on the day, pretty much unchanged. But the Russell was down 1.77%. The Dow was down 65 basis points, or more than a half of 1%. And the S&P 500 was down about 36 basis points. Again, the NASDAQ was up most of the day. It came in toward that near unchanged level, or up 15 basis points late in the day. And NASDAQ being the only positive index, it was driven by stocks like Netflix, which we'll talk about in a minute. But overall, the market situation turned sour as we talk about China and Beijing canceling 60% of its flights, parts of the city going back into lockdown, schools being shut down on a coronavirus spike in cases in China, which is affecting sentiment of economic comeback in China. And a lot of people are speculating that other countries could do the same thing. They could have a second wave, go into another economic shutdown, and that would tamp down demand and tamp down the demand for equities. That's what was going on today. And again, why the NASDAQ was higher most of the day and finished higher while the other ones didn't is because of the stay-at-home stocks. Netflix specifically was up 2.67% in a market where the Russell was down almost 2%. That's a stay-at-home play, as if there was going to be another lockdown, or at the very least, people were going to be afraid to venture out, so they would be using products of stocks like Netflix and Amazon. You also saw it in some of the travel data we got today, where a full 28% of Americans feel safe going on a plane, but that leaves 72% who don't feel safe. So that put the NASDAQ in the winning column, not by much, and not in a very healthy situation.